wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yeah.
She has a new movie premiering Saturday, August 3rd. I thought my husband's wife was dead. Ladies and gentlemen, LeToya Luckett.
Good morning.
What's up, y'all? Good morning.
Welcome. How you feeling?
Ooh, I'm up.
Okay.
God bless me with another day. I'm up.
There you go.
Yes.
I love this hair.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. It's so good to hear your voice and see everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, I keep looking at the title of this movie, and I just can't figure out what it's about.
You know what? I thought the same thing when I read the script.
No,
I was like, what? Actually, it was intriguing.
Okay.
I was like, okay, what is this really about?
Yeah.
And I guess I'll go into that. My character, Victoria, I'll start there. Vicky was presumed dead, and when she shows back up, she just wreaks havoc. So she shows back up to her current husband's home and is greeted by his new wife. I'll say that.
Current husband or ex-husband? But y'all
it's
didn't get a
current.
divorce.
It's current.
Okay.
That's why you got to watch the movie.
All right.
Aha.
All right.
Yeah. So she shows up to her current husband's home and meets his new wife.
5 years. I mean, in real life, would you be upset if your man moved on?
If he thought that I was presumed dead, I wouldn't be upset about that. I wouldn't be upset about that. I mean, because obviously life goes on, and I wouldn't want to make him feel like, he can't move on with his life. He, can't find love again. I think that's a bit unfair.
I don't think I could as a man. Unless I knew
really?
for sure. No, I don't think I could.
Because there was no body.
Yeah, I would have to know for sure.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. That's why you gotta watch the movie, because this is different.
Yeah.
Like, if something that it depends on the situation.
It does
with the
depend on the
wife.
situation. Now, if my my significant other passed on and this wasn't the case, then no, I'm not gonna, say he can't marry or not go in peace, knowing that he would probably remarry in the next couple of years. No.
Do you feel like Tori came back a little too entitled?
No.
No.
Oh no, not at all.
Nope.
No, she came back to get what was hers. Absolutely,
Damn.
well deserved.
I mean, you were talking life insurance policy. You were talking everything that was in that house.
Run me,
Run me.
Run me,
But we
my
thought you were
funds.
dead.
Yeah. What's that?
but I ain't.
Damn.
Hello. Good to see you. Run me my funds. Oh, no. We got to. And I think, I do see both sides. I understand that they probably thought, okay, we can move on with our lives. We can invest here. We can invest there. But I think, obviously, when she shows back up, it's like, okay, this does belong to her. This came from her father. You know what I mean? Is this really mine? I'm going to, at that point, say, okay, whatever we got to do to fix this and whatever makes you comfortable, because obviously you've probably been through some things. However we can help, I'm here for it. But I don't necessarily know if she was greeted with that energy. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's hard to talk about the movie without
It really
people seeing,
is without
right? You know what I
spoiling
mean?
it. That's why
without
you gotta
spoiling
watch.
it.
And they're spoiling it, because that's the
Exactly.
thing.
And don't be the watcher that watches for 30 seconds and be like, okay, what's next? Let me just
Think
go
you
on
know
IG. No,
everything,
you have to
yeah.
be invested in this movie, because it's not a slow moving movie at all. As a matter of fact, it's gonna catch you immediately. But I feel like in order for you to really get into it, you have to put some things down, sit there and actually watch, engage, and then I think your mind is gonna be blown by the end of the movie.
You have to have a little crazy in you to do
Oh, my
this, to
bad.
play this
Just a
character.
See, I had to tap into something.
You tapped into something.
But the thing about being an actor, you can't judge the character. So I couldn't go into this thing saying, well, Toya wouldn't do that, or would Toya really say that, or I can't do that. So and the reason I decided to play this character is because I felt her story deserved to be told. And there are people out here not going through something as extreme as this, but people that are maybe suffering in silence, or, they feel they're being treated unfairly in a marriage or any kind of relationship, and they don't have the guts to speak up about it. So I enjoy playing roles, like this. And I wanted to feel stretched. This was something that was out of the ordinary for me. I've played the well-to-do wife who has it all together. No, I got in there and I was like, strip me down. I want to look absolutely crazy. And when I was sending photos from set to like my family members, they were like, okay, wait, let me show up. Where are you at? Because you look nuts.
You ever got that crazy in a real relationship? You ever at all had to get a little crazy?
You know what's so funny?
Uh-oh.
At the airport just yesterday.
Oh, you got crazy yesterday.
I was looking. No, I didn't get crazy yesterday. I was looking through my phone for something, And I saw that I had stored like a side chick's number from my ex-boyfriend in my phone. I was like, why do I still have this?
You forgot to call her?
I never called her.
Yeah.
But why do I even have this in here?
Because you wanted to call her.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case. But I had to have a little bit of offness. There was a little bit of something.
How long was it in
Why
your
does
phone?
that mean
though? Was it-
offness?
It's been there.
Like-
for, maybe
before COVID?
I'm gonna say 2007.
Jesus.
That's why I was like, why is I know I've had several phones since this.
Did you feel like just texting her and be like, hey, you still fucking with him? I'm not, but I just want to know, did it work out for y'all?
It did not. It did not. He
Okay.
is I don't think he's a settling type. But I just feel like I had to have a little bit of some off.
I
in
don't
me
think
to
that
even
means you
store a number.
off.
Why did I have it though?
Because you wanted to call her and see what was going on. Woman to woman. I'm just calling you woman to woman.
I was ready to go for the woman to woman
Yeah.
conversation. Right. But but I'm also the type that I'm like, I'm not even gonna give you that type of energy. Like, okay, if I'm not gonna be in no competition for no man or anybody. So if you want him, sis, and if he wants you, by all means.
Got you.
Y'all have that. But
Did you erase the number?
I did not. So I probably should go.
Just in case.
Just in case.
I should go and handle that.
If she's a well-known side chick, you never know.
No, she's not. She was very, and at the end of the day, me and her probably could have been friends. She's super sweet, quiet to herself, no issue.
Why the hell you know all of this about this woman? You did a whole profile check on her?
She's a Virgo. She's this.
Social security number is, no, I did, yeah, we get off that. But yeah, that I thought about that last night.
Now, not to give away too much of the movie, but would the money that you were owed make up for everything that happened to you?
No.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, this woman was terrorized.
Okay,
It was awful. Like I can't even begin to describe the things that she went through. She went through some things. So no, money doesn't make up for it, but I mean it's best they can do. I mean you can't make up for time. You can't get time back. And she lost 6 years? She lost 5-6 years. You can't get that time back. There were things that she wanted to do in her life. She was, she wanted to have children. She wanted to, do things with her business. All these, she can't get that time back. Yeah, you can't buy that time back.
Jess, because I saw you scolding somebody. Who you? That was the dog or Ashton just now?
No, it was Naya. She trying to eat in the living room, but everything's swayed in there, so I told her to go in the kitchen.
Okay, but go ahead. I saw you had a question.
She got that mama face on.
Exactly.
She got this baby about to drop face.
Yeah.
Over it. I'm cooked. Look, I get it.
No, I what I love about the movie is that you actually played it. Well, Vicky or Tori goes through, both like all the traumas, like losing our parents early and then being kidnapped and almost killed and all of that. What did you do? Like, what were your methods to get into this role? Because you said you had to tap in, but that's all you said. Can you expound on it? Like, what are some things that you had to do to get ready for this? Because this is a pretty serious role.
Very, very, very. I did do some research and look up things on, because I didn't get the chance to. I really wanted to go and sit with some women who had, even if they were in shelters, to talk to women who had been through abusive or domestic violent relationships. I've known people that had experienced that before, but I did read up on things like that. Kidnappings. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. It's something you actually have to, I'm sure, experience in order to really tap in, truly tap into it. But honestly, I just went into it, not judging it, allowing myself to feel those moments when we did the kidnapping scenes, when we did the stuff in the forest or whatever. I was afraid. We were shooting those scenes at night. I'm a scaredy cat. I don't even watch scary commercials.
So it felt very real.
It's very real. So I allowed myself to feel that fear. I allowed myself to, feel like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen next. Even though cameras were rolling, I knew homie was going to push, pop out the bushes. I still, in that moment, allowed myself to feel. There was a scene I did in the bathroom. I'm a whole germaphobe, y'all. I'm for real. I take for real baths.
You move your hands off that desk then.
Don't do that to her. We wipe it down before. We wipe it down before you got
Such
here.
a clown.
We wipe it down before you came
They
here.
disinfect
Even though he is that
everything.
tight. Even though he is that tight.
Even
Even though he is that
You know how many
type.
people that talk into that microphone? LeToya?
But I didn't get close to it. You said the death.
And the death.
We wipe it
You know how
down.
many people put their hands
We wipe it down before anybody comes in here. Red right here, one of our producers wipes it down. We wipe it down. But
So
he
nobody
is
got
the,
no sanitizer.
See that? See what you started?
We can't got no Clorox.
Oh
wipes,
my
no.
gosh, he wipes it down with Clorox.
Now I'ma just okay. So here's the thing. I had to do y'all a scene on a public like bathroom floor.
No.
Sure did. Sure did. Sure did.
You got the cooties.
No, and guess what? It was a men's bathroom.
No.
Ew.
Definitely
and
people
I
on the
thought,
floor.
and they kept saying, we cleaned it, we put bleach on the floors, the whole thing. I said, oh, no. I need to actually see somebody get down there and scrub, because that's gross. And I had to lay on a bathroom floor, and I just allowed myself to feel all the ewishness of that moment, and I just put it into the scene. There was a scene where I had to do in the forest, in this, I don't even know what it was, Winnebago, whatever it was, but the smells, the quiet of the moment, because just imagine being held captive somewhere for 6 years and it's quiet. Nobody's hearing your screams.
Yeah.
You talking to yourself. You doing all kind of things. Like, I allowed myself to feel a little out of my mind, and I just allowed myself to go there. And that's what I think made those scenes so wonderful and believable, in my opinion, is because I really just allowed myself to step outside of myself and be uncomfortable.
How do you
and
come
be
back from
unsure.
that?
That's where the process was. It was being able to snap out of that and leave all of those emotions on set. That was the hardest part. Like going back to your room and not carrying that, because even with some of the emotional scenes, I had to tap into some of my own traumas, and there were so many times where the cameras would stop rolling and they would yell cut, and I would be crying for another 30 minutes because I was still there and still shook and still could feel all of those feelings. And I said, okay, you're doing your work today. You're doing your work today, because if I'm having to call my therapist after a scene, that means I really tapped into something that I thought I was probably over.
I promise you I was thinking that, because I always wonder if you're a person that's doing the work. And we all know healing is not a linear journey, right? But if you're doing the work and, you do make some steps forward to where you're getting to a closer place of being healed, but then you got to go do a movie for 3 months and kind of trauma dump.
Yes.
It's like, what does
in
that
Canada,
do to your
I'm
psyche?
away from my kids. I'm away from everything that I know. Like, that quiet is oof. That's what bothered me the most. I'm so used to being in a home full of, kids and all kind of things going on, and to be by myself and still. That's when I was like, okay, maybe I need to dig a little deeper in some things.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. But that's where I'm honestly, even y'all talking about it right now, I'm wanting to cry, or I'm feeling those emotions again.
Yeah.
And
would you do another role like this?
I would, because I do feel like sometimes people are scared to play roles like this. They don't want to be ugly on camera. They don't want people to see that ugly cry. They don't want people to see them, outside of glam. And that's why I love being an actress and outside of, music. It's because I want people to see all sides of, first of all, LeToya, but also I truly want to speak for women. I really want to be the best representative I possibly can. And if there's a woman out there that is going through something like Victoria has gone through, I think her story needs to be told.
Word.
Yeah.
I always wonder.
Would you say
Okay.
that? Okay.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I was asking because she said outside of music. Would you say that your love for acting surpassed your love for music? Because I know music is your number one passion.
It is. But I mean, it's like asking which one is your favorite child. I don't. They're both gifts given by God, and it's like I love that He has allowed me and given me a platform to be able to share them, and that's I can't say which one I love the most.
Did you always love acting, or it was one of those things where music was your love and you was like, let me try this, and you fell in love with it?
I just fell into acting. I would do school plays as a kid. We all did.
Which one you
But,
do? Rock Soup?
Annie?
No, Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
My dog played Annie. He played Sandy and Annie.
Okay.
That's funny you say that. But yes.
So your dog?
My dog. My dog got casted to play Sandy in Annie in a Miller Outdoor Theater in Houston, Texas. Like, that's a big thing.
Where did
So
that
he
money
was-
go to? Does it go to you?
How
You
much-
got to
It
donate
did.
it
I
to
ain't
a
get it.
shelter? or
How
something?
much does a dog get paid for
I
that?
think my parents probably got it. I don't know where the funds for that went.
Okay, all right.
I don't know who
Poor-
got paid.
poor dog.
The
Okay.
dog. I mean, the food stayed the same, so he didn't get no extra treats or nothing.
Can't wait till that dog sue you later for treating
he,
him wrong. Not
God
paying
rest
him.
his soul, Sam.
Oh, he
If
died?
Damn.
Yeah, he died a
No,
long
wait
time
wait
ago.
to
Damn, I'm sorry.
Peta or Peter. What is it? Wait
The
till
dog
Peter.
is dead.
I don't know
Jess.
if the
say
baby
it like that.
got paid. I don't know if the baby
Poor-
got paid.
poor
I'll
doggy.
ask. You know, I'll ask my mom and dad later on about
Okay.
that. But I fell into acting. I was actually doing I was on the road with a play. That was my first time really doing anything to do with acting. And I got a call from an agency, Paradigm Agency, and they asked to take a meeting. They sent me on my first audition. My first audition was for Preacher's Kid. I got casted as, it was a smaller role. And then I think a week before they actually started production, they asked me would I be okay with taking the lead. And I didn't think twice. I got on a plane to Atlanta, and here we are.
I always wonder how is life in the industry different now from when you first started? Because it feels like a whole new world.
Whole new world. A whole new world. I mean, you got to think, I started when I was 12 years old. We were singing everywhere. I mean, in front of grocery stores, on planes, anywhere that our voices could be heard. Talent shows. The grind was different. And there was no, like, I feel like everything's happens a lot faster now. Of course, we have social media platforms. People can post their music, YouTube, all these SoundCloud, all these things. That wasn't available to us. So we depended on local news. We depended on just, local talent shows, the hot local producers to produce our records. And the grind was a lot tougher.
I feel like the barrier of entry was tougher too.
Absolutely. First of all, the main goal was to get a record deal. Now you don't really even need that. You know what I mean? So if you got your record deal, oh, you was on. Or to even get the attention. If you think back in the day, you had to get a manager first. So getting a manager was like the big deal before our time, and then to get a producer to recognize you so that they would produce your album. It was so many huge steps that you had to take before you got your big opportunity. And that's why I think, like, once you got that big opportunity, it was a different feeling. You didn't take it lightly. You showed up. We showed up, and we know how to show up on time. We showed up ready. The live performances, we was giving it all. I mean, you had to be able to sing, act, and dance when we was coming up. You had to have all of the things. And I think now, it's just a little different.
Would you want your kids to jump in there?
You ain't gotta have no talent, huh?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
You got obviously folk got to like you for something.
You skipped
Okay.
the line, but would you want your kids to do it? Would you want your kids to be in this industry?
You know what? I wouldn't say don't. I would share my experiences with them and say, "Hey, honey, this ain't for the weak." And don't do it. Don't just do it for money.
Why you say you wouldn't?
I wouldn't, because I know mentally the things that you have to go through. I saw a lot. I've seen a whole lot, good and bad, in my time in this entertainment industry. And I know that I had to become a different type of person. I've never hardened my heart towards anybody. But you have to have a very strong mentality to be in this industry, and unwavering in your faith and so many other things. You have to stay true to yourself. And I think that nowadays, especially with, the new generation, somebody leave a bad comment on Instagram and they ready to be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can't you can't be that fragile.
Now, you said your faith tested. What was the worst test that you had to overcome? Or what was the worst thing that you've seen? Without saying names, of course.
I done seen some things. Of course I had my experience, which we went through that as children. So thank God. Whoa. With having to go through even just not having friendships, kid friendships. Like, we started at 12. Some of us started at 9. So to lose a best friend or not, have that communication with them anymore, and for that to be such a major change, shift in your life, to be able to to deal with that. And back then, like, therapists weren't in. We didn't have a therapist to walk us through a transition like that. So it was basically, I think, for me, the grace of God that he was able to put angels in my life to help guide me into, you know, the next phase of my life. And I don't know how many people would have been able to survive that. And also, you know, you see greed. You see greed in this industry a lot. You see people caring about you one day, and this is not me speaking on my experience, but you know, people love you one day and the next day it's, well, I don't even know their name. Who? And you got to just be a different kind of person to deal with that.
I was going to ask you, because you said, you know, you can't be too fragile, and you did kind of touch on it when you said there was no therapist back then. But even back then, y'all had to be fragile too. Yeah. So if it wasn't for those people walking y'all through, and I'm sure you did crack.
What?
Yeah,
I mean, here's the cool part. Like, there wasn't like a shade room or a media takeout to see the cracking. Like, I was able to actually have my feelings and my mess ups and my emotions in the comfort of my home. Until
Wendy Williams found out. There wasn't Wendy Williams back then.
It was, but Wendy didn't have. She ain't had nothing to say about me, thank God. And I was just able to heal and go through everything that I needed to go through without a camera in my face or a blog finding out or something like that. And I remember when everything first happened, I was in my bedroom listening to the local radio station, and they started talking about it. And I was alone in my room, 17, 18 years old. And I just remember putting the sheets over my head.
By it, you mean the breakup?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's got to be like frustrating to constantly hear about. Because it's like
that didn't go away for a while.
Yeah,
it didn't go away, and it's like having a for real It's a divorce. It's a major divorce, and seeing your partner move on and be successful, and folk love them, and it's, you know. And here's the part, like, I am glad that situation happened because, one, I was able to, I'm a PK, but I got to know God on a whole nother level. You know what I mean? My relationship with God changed. I also became confident in myself. Had I not, you know, gone through that, I wouldn't have become a solo artist. I wouldn't have been able to, I didn't even feel that I was even ready to move on or be a part of this industry after that happened. And God allowed the opportunity for me to get back in the studio. Then I got a record. Then I got a record deal. Then I started performing. And I was having like major breakdowns before even going live on stage because I was like, I'm up here by myself. I'm up here by myself. Like, what am I going to do? But had I not gone through those things, I don't think I would be as confident as I am today. I don't think I would believe in my voice the way that I do today. I don't think that, you know, I would have even said, okay, I'm going to expand and believe in God to take on this new career as an actress. I probably just would have stayed in my comfort zone. Right. So I'm glad.
A question, because you said something just now that made me think about it. You know, you said you're watching everybody go on to have tremendous success, right? But when you're in a group like a Destiny's Child, I would think even at a young age you kind of knew who was going to be the breakout star. Like, you knew, like, or did they tell all of y'all that all of y'all was going to be breakout stars?
No. I mean, it was a team player mentality. So I don't think any of us at that time were thinking someone was going to go solo. It was about the group. And we were groomed to have that group mentality. But I mean, come on, you hit that girl, open her mouth, it's different. And I'm not going to sit up here and compare myself or go, well, you know, she doesn't deserve more opportunities. First of all, she brought me in the group. She showed up to school and showed me the T-shirt and asked me, you know, to audition for her dad.
What did she say? Do you want to be a child of destiny?
She did not say that because that was not the name of the group.
Okay.
It was called Girls Time at the time. And, you know, she said, you know, you want to audition for my dad? And I said, absolutely. And she gave me the biggest break of my life.
Wow.
I will always be grateful for her. I will always admire her for her talents and her I don't think I've ever met someone who works harder than Beyonce Giselle Knowles. That is not her name anymore. It's Beyonce Knowles Carter. Respectfully. And I am so proud of everything that she's done. And to even say that I was a part of a chapter of her life and a part of such a phenomenal group. Shout out to all the girls of the children. Kelly, Beyonce, LaTavia, Michelle. Love y'all all dearly. Happy birthday, Michelle.
Happy born day,
Happy
Tanitra.
birthday, Mish. But I'm grateful.
Y'all
You'll never hear an ugly word come out
Y'all
of my
just
mouth.
had a reunion, too. Oh, well, the
We
semi-reunion
all were
early
in
this year.
We were in
Yeah.
the same room for the first time ever. And it was I really still can't wrap my head around that moment because I've all been around all of them individually over the, past few years, but having us all in the same room at the same time with all our different energies was kind of like, hey, okay, we're moms, wives, all the things. And we were talking more about that. And then we prayed together, we hugged, cried, and
Yeah.
People
was
always would
beautiful.
ask, is there any possibility of a reunion
I do
tour?
not know.
Reunion song,
I'd be down for
reunion
it.
show.
Listen, I would love something like that. Who wouldn't? But it's if the opportunity presented itself, I would welcome it.
Yeah, I
with
saw you
open arms.
early this year. You said that Beyonce created a wonderful space for the
She
Destiny's
did.
Child reunion.
She really, really
Yeah.
did, and it was it was so cute when she came off stage. She was on her cart, her and Jay, and they she dang near hopped off that cart while it was still moving to come and embrace us and give us a hug, and she's like, "Yes, girl, this outfit, da da da." Immediately we went. First of all, to watch her go from doing. Was that a 3-hour show?
Yes. It
Was it 3 hours? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
my
3
feet was
hours.
hurting. It was 3 hours. 3-hour show. Go backstage. I don't know how the baby switched into that hoodie so quick, that black hoodie outfit. Got on the cart with her husband. Immediately, that energy presented itself. Okay, she's gone right into wife mode. And then she hops off the cart and the children just run. And I said, okay, she didn't even have time to woo-saw. She goes right back into being a mom. And then we're there, and there's this big new moment for her. I'm like, how is she taking all this on? And I, at that moment, wanted to go, girl, have you had 10 minutes? Somebody bring her some water, some lemon. Do you need some
Yeah.
towels? She didn't really get to have that. She just went with the flow. But it was beautiful to see her come off the stage, entertaining, I don't know how many people, over 75,000 people, and go straight into making sure she was present for her daughters.
That's dope.
Who were present there, and that just speaks to who she is. It really does.
I know you got to wrap, but I do have one last question because you said you wouldn't want your kids in the business.
I
Right.
said that what I had said, Charlamagne,
Okay.
was I wouldn't say don't be in the business, but what I would do is share my experience. And I would say, it's not for the weak. And also, I'm a person that feels like God doesn't take you through things for nothing. And I love to share my testimony. I love to share things that I've been through so that it will hopefully be a learning experience for somebody else. And to also show somebody, hey, even though you might be going through a storm right now, there's light at the end of the tunnel. It for real might be okay.
That's right.
You might come out of this thing all right.
That's right.
So I would share that with my children and say, hey, if you're gonna do it, you better be serious about it. Don't do it just for no money. Don't do it just for fun, but you got to do it for the deep love of it. And when I say love, I'm talking about that unfailing love. I'm talking about that, when it hurts, when you don't feel like doing it no more, when you're tired, when you don't feel like showing up for people, when you don't feel like performing, when you're having a bad day, when somebody done pissed you off right before or says something to throw you off, you still got to get up there and share your gift. If you can still do it and not think or blink twice, then do it.
But my question is, why didn't you share all of that amazing advice with your dog? You just let your dog go out there.
Are we still talking about
You know what?
Sam?
You know
He
what?
done gone to be with
Luckett-
the Lord.
LeToya, Luckett, we
He's not-
appreciate you for joining us.
Absolutely.
man.
We love you.
That's not my man.
Thank you,
That is
God.
not. That is
It's
not.
not
I don't like
today.
him. I don't like him. I don't like
Just
him.
how?
Just ask the
How,
question. I
Jess?
wanted, why didn't the dog get the same
The
advice?
dog, it did. You know what? I was there to comfort Sam at all
Okay.
times. Like I loved Sam. I brushed him often. I fed him.
What kind of dog was
walked
Sam?
him. A bearded collie.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
You don't. Exactly. He was a rare dog, rare breed. And
Jess said, "Oh,
sweet.
Jess, you didn't know what that was, Jess."
And
I
his
know what a
eyes
collie
were
is,
so
sweetheart. Yes, I
friendly.
do.
Like he had loving eyes, friendly eyes, beautiful brown eyes, gorgeous dog. Hey, listen, he did his thing. Honestly, he popped off, and then my brother popped off. He's in the room right now. Shout out to Gavin Luckett, GL Productions. He played in the movie Challenger with Angela. I have to say it right, Auntie Angela. Angela Bassett or Bassett, and also Joe Martin. So I was like third in the family to really do anything with my life. I was the one sitting in the trailer mad and jealous of my dog and my brother.
Damn, LeToya.
Any more questions about the dog, Charlamagne?
Right, because he wants to. You know what? I'm gonna call my
That's
therapist
trauma.
after
That's
this. Because now we going back. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Rest
just
in
out
peace,
here.
Sam.
Rest in peace, Sam. I love you so much.
Hey, yo, she looking around.
She look around.
Y'all done seen what's the Graveyard Dog movie? I can't
All
watch
dogs
it.
go to
Dogs
heaven?
go to heaven.
No, not All Dogs, the scary one. Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery.
Oh, Pet
Yeah.
Cemetery.
Yeah, no, I started thinking about Sam. When it
Like,
come up.
how did we get to the damn
How
dog?
did we talk? How did we get here?
Well, thank you for joining us, LeToya Luckett.
Thank you. Can we please watch the movie, y'all? I
Yes.
thought
My husband's dog was dead
It's
Saturday,
not dog.
August
I
3rd.
know.
Thought
I
my
thought my husband's dead.
husband's
No. He said, I thought my husband's dog was dead. No, I thought my
Lifetime.
husband's wife was dead.
Yes.
8/7 Central Saturday, y'all. Just watch the movie. Your
right.
girl in there looking all the way crazy. Just know that.
And it's a Lifetime movie.
It's a Lifetime movie. Saturday, August 3rd. I thought my husband's wife was dead. I know it's a long title, but please watch it.
But it's very intriguing, like you said. It make you want to be like, okay.
Thank you,
what's going on?
Jess.
All right.
And blessings to you and the rest of your pregnancy. I hope baby shows up soon and on time and healthy and blessed and favored in Jesus' name.
There you
Thank
go.
you so much.
Yes.
All right. It's LeToya Luckett. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.